Hello students, I am Anila Thomas. Today I am going to explain a lesson, Reproduction in Animals Part 2 of Class 8th Biology. Before going into the topic, let's recap the previous part. The reproduction is an essential process for the continuation of a species. Some animals give birth to young ones, while some animals lay eggs. The eggs later develop into young ones. The animals which give birth to young ones are called viviparous animals. Those animals which lay eggs are called oviparous animals. The reproduction is of two types called asexual and sexual reproduction. The asexual reproduction in Hydra occurs by budding and in amoeba by binary fission. The fusion of male and female gametes is called fertilization. After the completion of this lesson, you will be able to know about fertilization and types, development of embryo, development of young into adults, cloning. Keywords: external fertilization, internal fertilization, embryo, metamorphosis, tadpole, and cloning. Types of fertilization. The fertilization which takes place inside the female body is called internal fertilization. Internal fertilization occurs in many animals, including humans, cows, dogs, and hens. External fertilization. However, in many animals, fertilization takes place outside the body of the female. In these animals, fertilization takes place in water. During spring or rainy season, frogs and toads move to ponds and slow flowing streams. When the male and the female come together in water, the female lays hundreds of eggs. Unlike hen's egg, frog's egg is not covered by a shell, and it is comparatively very delicate. A layer of jelly holds the eggs together and provides protection to the eggs. As the eggs are laid, the male deposits sperms over them. Each sperm swims randomly in water with the help of its long tail. The sperms come in contact with the eggs and fuse, resulting in fertilization. This type of fertilization, in which the fusion of a male and a female gamete takes place outside the body of the female, is called external fertilization. It is very common in aquatic animals such as fish, starfish, etc. For example, the copulation or physical interaction between male and female frogs leading to external fertilization usually occurs during the rainy season. Do you know why do fish and frogs lay eggs in hundreds, whereas a hen lays only one egg at a time? These animals lay hundreds of eggs and release millions of sperms. But all the eggs do not get fertilized and developed into new individuals. This is because the eggs and the sperms get exposed to water movement, wind, and rainfall. Also, there are other animals in the pond which may feed on eggs. Thus, production of large number of eggs and sperms is necessary to ensure fertilization of at least a few of them. Do all young ones or offspring resemble their parents? You have learnt about the life history of silk moth. The larvae of silk moth do not resemble with adults. The life cycle of silk moth involves stages like egg, larva or caterpillar, pupa, adult. Similarly, the life cycle of frog involves three distinct stages: egg, tadpole, adult. The young ones of some animals resemble their parents and some do not when they emerge from the eggs. Such animals undergo a process called metamorphosis. Meta means beyond, morphe means form. Thus, transformation of the shape of the body occurs during development over a period of time, and only then they begin to resemble their parents. Have you ever seen some fish-like forms swimming in a pond? These fish-like forms are called tadpoles. And these are the larvae of frog that develop into adult frogs. Do humans too undergo metamorphosis? In human beings, body parts similar to those present in the adults are present from the time of birth. Let's see the development of embryo. Fertilization results in the formation of zygote, which begins to develop into an embryo. The zygote divides repeatedly to give rise to a ball of cells. The cells then begin to form groups that develop into different tissues and organs of the body. This developing structure is termed as an embryo. The embryo gets embedded in the wall of the uterus for further development. The embryo continues to develop in the uterus. It gradually develops body parts such as hands, legs, head, eyes, ears, etc. The stage of the embryo in which all the body parts can be identified is called a fetus. When the development of the fetus is complete, the mother gives birth to the baby. Cloning. Story of Dolly, the cloned sheep. Cloning is the production of an exact copy of a cell, any other living part, or a complete organism. Cloning of an animal was successfully performed for the first time by Ian Wilmot and his colleagues at the Roslin Institute in Edinburgh, Scotland. They successfully cloned a sheep named Dolly. Dolly was born on 5th July 1996 and was the first mammal to be cloned. During the process of cloning Dolly, a cell was collected from the mammary gland of a female pin Dorset sheep. Simultaneously, an egg was obtained from a Scottish black-faced ewe. The nucleus was removed from the egg. Then the nucleus of the mammary gland cell from the Finn Dorset sheep was inserted into the egg of the Scottish blackface ewe whose nucleus had been removed. The egg thus produced was implanted into the Scottish blackface ewe. Development of this egg followed normally, and finally Dolly was born. Dolly was a healthy clone of the Finn Dorset sheep. And produced several offsprings of her own through normal sexual means. Since the cloning of Dolly, several attempts have been made to produce cloned mammals. However, many die before birth or die soon after birth.